I'll take care of those guys for you.
What is going on, YouTube land? I am Chris Catalunya. Before we get into this video, go ahead and check out my Instagram, Chris Catalunya with the underscore at the end. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload new videos. Alright, let's get into this review. Today is December 9th, 2018, and if you have any idea what that means today is the drop for the Kaws Clean Slate figures on the Kaws 1 website. And in conjunction with that release on the website, they were also released in person at the Modern Art Museum in Fort Worth, Texas, which is like, I think 40 miles outside of Dallas, like to the west of it. Now, I already knew that these were going to sell out online, so I left here in Austin, Texas at 6 a.m. and it takes about 2.5 hours to 3 hours to get to Dallas Fort Worth area from here. So I jetted over there, and when I got there at like 9 o'clock, there was a line already, and I was already freaking out. Doors opened at 10 o'clock. I got into the museum, waited in line with a bunch of other people, talked amongst other people, and I got the two figures that I really wanted. And they actually released 3 different figures, and that was both on the online release and the in-person release. So they had the gray ones, they had the brown ones, and they had the all black ones. The reason why the Modern Art Museum of Fort Worth is getting these figures in person is because I know 2 years ago they hosted the Kaws exhibit at the Modern Art Museum, and this fall they actually purchased the Clean Slate model, the 21-foot model, to have as a permanent fixture in the back of the museum. And this is almost a replica of the one that's in New York City at the Phillips building. I know that one's 23 feet high. The one that is at the Modern now is 21 feet high, and it's a bronze statue. I think the one at the Phillips building is the gray colored one, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, 2 years ago, when the Kaws exhibit came to Fort Worth, Texas, they had the Clean Slate, the gray one, at the front of the museum, and you didn't need to buy admission at all. You could take pictures and then just go on your way and do whatever. You didn't have to go and see all the rest of the exhibits. And at that same exhibit 2 years ago, in the back of the museum, they had the Cookie Monster statue going on, and now at that same place is this new Clean Slate in bronze. So it's pretty cool. It's a cool replacement, and I'm glad it's a permanent fixture at the museum now. Bottom line, if a Kaws exhibit is coming through your town, definitely go and check it out. It is definitely worth it. So let's actually talk about these figures. You already know I was able to cop that brown one. You already know I was able to cop that gray one. I didn't cop the black one because these figures are pretty expensive, so that would have been like $1,500 spent today. So I just spent whatever, 480 times 2. About $1,000 on plastic. Using the iPhone measurement app is not super accurate, but it says the length is 9 inches long, the height is 15.5 inches, and the width is 8.5 inches. And this is what the brown box looks like. Again, these retailed for $480 plus tax. Looking on StockX or Grailed, you can see this going for about $600 to $800. But guys, if you're selling these on eBay, it's an easy flip. You can make at least $800 and upwards of $1,000 for a figure. Taking a look at the lid of the box, this is what it looks like. So if you bought a brown figure, you get a brown box, gray with gray, black with black. And this is what it says at the top. Kaws Open Edition Clean Slate. Because this is what this particular model is called, Clean Slate. Then it has the Clean Slate drawn up in that Kaws styling. Now take note, this is an open edition vinyl figure. That means there are going to be a crap ton of inventory for this specific items. I don't know how many figures there are, but there's a lot, so it's not super rare. Towards the bottom and under the Clean Slate model, it says warning, choking hazard, small parts, not for children under 3 years old. And they recommend that you're above the age of 15 because it's an adult collectible and it's not a toy. Now what the camera can't pick up, there are little stampings indented into the box. It has like the Kaws X's going around in different types of shapes. On the reverse side of the lid is this black piece of paper. Now let's look at the rest of the box. Again, I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but much like the front of the box where you had those stamped in or those indentations with those X's, those Kaws styled X's, we had that going on the side right here, on the top, in the bottom, and on the other side. You don't have that going on the back of the box. The back of the box is pretty smooth. Looking at the bottom of the box, we have this right here. And this is more for the people that are wanting the authentic piece. I don't want you going out to eBay or all these other sites and buying fakes. So definitely pay attention. We have on the left side this warning. You have some Japanese characters with English below that. We have some Medicom, because this is a Medicom manufactured toy. Medicom stamp right there, right here. Medicom support line with their phone number. And there's actually a hologram sticker right here with numbers and letters involved right there. And of course we have that UPC label right here. It says Kaws, clean slate, and the color, which is brown in this case. And I'll post the UPC for this particular color and the gray one in the comments or the description below, just so you can match it up. Removing the lid, this is what it looks like. You have a bunch of plastic, you see a bunch of styrofoam, and you see the figure behind all of that protectant stuff. Again, someone has already purchased this brown clean slate figure, so we're not going to remove the taping from this. We'll jump to the gray one. In removing the figure, you have a lot of tape, you have a lot of plastic, you have a lot of styrofoam strips you have to deal with, because you don't want this figure to scratch up. I mean, you're only paying $480. I mean, why not have it come out flawless? So pulling it out, and I've already pulled it out of here a couple times. This is what it looks like, and it feels pretty premium. It doesn't feel like your typical vinyl figure that you get from like Funko Pop or whatnot. Like those feel like crap compared to this. This feels pretty sturdy and whatnot. It feels like PVC piping almost. Yeah, it really doesn't feel like vinyl at all. So here it is. You have the gray clean slate model. The parental figure is in the middle. One kid in the left hand, one kid in the right hand. And I love the way this kid in the right hand is just hanging there. And I love the X eyes. It's I know they all have X eyes, but with the X eyes on this, it's just super funny. I love the styling of this figure. I love that monochromatic look it has. It definitely reminds me of like a Steamboat Willie cartoon, like an old school Mickey Mouse cartoon. And the quality of this is pretty good. It's pretty sturdy. You don't see like on the paint jobs like loose paint or some areas that aren't supposed to be painted. It looks pretty good. There's not much you can do with this. It's definitely not an action figure. I mean, you don't want to go out to the living room and play with your kids with this toy or let them handle it. Or I guess you could if you consider $480 chum change and you just don't care. But to me, this is like a display case item. I'm going to put this in the glass case after this video. But with that said, there are some aspects or some locations on this figure that you can actually move. For example, the head area. It can move to the left or the right, but you don't want to move it too much. You don't want to scratch under the neck area. And also this parental figure, his arms do move. And this little guy right here, the kid, he's actually pretty loose in that arm right there. And also, his hands, they can move as well. You can twist them. And the parent's left arm can move a little bit too, but you don't want to move that too much either. Now, if you're not familiar with Kaws' work, he actually incorporates the X in a lot of things. So, like, even on this shirt, we have the Snoopy shirt and then the X eyes right here. So on this figure, we have the X eyes on all the kids and the parent. We have the X's on the gloves and on the shoelaces right here. Let's take a look at the bottom of the shoes. On the right pair, it says Medicom Toy China, and on the left pair of shoes, it says Kaws 18 Clean Slate in dark gray. In summation, I really do like this figure. I really like this style the best out of all three, the gray, the brown, and the black figures. I just love that monochromatic look of this figure. It really does remind me of an old school Disney cartoon. And the quality of the materials used in it, again, justifying that $480, it feels pretty sturdy, it feels quality, and it doesn't feel like that cheap Funko Pop crap like that vinyl figure stuff. This feels like PVC plastic. The paint job on this figure is pretty awesome. You don't see paint drips anywhere, or you don't see like out of place coloring. It looks pretty good. Now, I won't go out and tell the average consumer to go buy this, even to try to resell, because they're actually going to re-release this on December 12th, I think on that same Kaws website. And again, this is an open edition toy. There's going to be lots of these things, so don't go trying to buy resale, and if you are reselling, you better do that crap right now. And again, if a Kaws tour stops through your town, definitely go check out that exhibit. It is definitely worth the $10 to $20 it costs. It is so worth it. Alright guys, I think this is a good stopping point for this video. What do you think about the Kaws Open Edition Clean Slate vinyl figure? Is this a good pickup? A bad pickup? What do you think about that $480 price point? Is it justifiable? Let me know down in the comments below. Go ahead and check out my Instagram, Chris Catalunya with the underscore at the end. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload a new video. Alright, I'm Chris Catalunya, and we will check you next time. Cheers, sige na.